Hello everyone, this is the Daydreamer with Daydreams and Nightmares, and this is my video entry into Rez's subscriber contest. She asked that we answer a number of questions, and here we go. The reasons why I subscribe to your channel. There are a number of comic book channels out there that I'm currently subscribed to, and a few of them actually recommended you, so I thought I'd come check you out. The reason why I've stuck around is because I haven't really collected many comic books in the last decade or so. Collected thousands of them in the 80s and 90s. Was a really big collector back then, but my current knowledge seems to be lacking, and actually I enjoy watching your channels and videos that you put out. It helps me kind of get reacquainted with the characters and comics that are currently available, which is very helpful. My three favorite artists and illustrators. My biggest interest in comic books started back in the late 80s. I was a big, huge DC Vertigo fan. I had seen superhero shows, and everybody knows Batman, Superman, been movies and comic books out for years. But what got me into comics was the DC Vertigo line. With folks like Neil Gaiman and the change in the superhero comic into more good versus evil, and the Swamp Thing and Hellblazer and Sandman got me into comics. And so with that in mind, my two favorite artists from the DC Vertigo universe would be Jill Thompson as an illustrator for the Sandman series, and I also actually have a #1 of Black Orchid signed by her. And then Dave McKean, who did the cover art for a lot of those Sandman. I really like the artistic elements of the mixed media and found object art on the covers. Not necessarily reflect what story's going on the inside, which actually I kind of liked having that on there. And then I also have Erik Larsen, who is a local boy. I'm from Minnesota, and he's actually based out of Minneapolis. I've had the opportunity to meet and talk to him, and to have some work of his, different comic books, signed by him, and really enjoy some of the work that he's done with, was it Savage Dragon and some other things that he's done. My three favorite writers. Once again, we deal with go back to the running theme of DC Vertigo and the folks that are involved in that, like Neil Gaiman and Garth Ennis, and then Frank Miller has always been a very big writer that I've been interested in as well. My three Holy Grail comics. Once again, going back to DC Vertigo. I'm a big fan of Constantine and Hellblazer, and if I could get my hands, and I don't own Hellblazer #1, that's probably the lowest valued Holy Grail that I'd be looking at. But a really good copy of Hellblazer #1 right now is about $100. Sandman #1, the second run that was done by Vertigo back in 1988, currently in very good conditions, about $1,000 comic book. Which I don't own as well. And if you want to go true Holy Grail, very expensive, one of my favorite X-Men characters is Wolverine, and his first appearance was actually in Incredible Hulk, #181, and that comic book, in pretty good condition, goes somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 as the first appearance of Wolverine. The comic genres that I'm looking to get into, considering I've been out of the comic book game for about a decade, I'm looking to get into a lot of them, I guess. I'm just re-exploring what's available out there, and the new artists, the new comic books, the new titles, the new characters, and across the board. So I really am not sure where I'm going with it until I start exploring. My favorite genres, like I said, I'm really into the type of stories that are more good versus evil than it is superhero versus villain. The superhero genre is okay, but I like things a little different, more along the well, like I said, with Sandman and Hellblazer and things like that. It's more along the lines of the what supernatural or esoteric type things. I also like oddball uh, comic books, ones that don't actually fit into a genre, ones that are kind of standalones that you can't actually plug into a particular genre. Those intrigue me because they are different. And things that are offbeat, that are genres are you know I'm a really big fan of Firefly, the kind of science fiction but mixed with cowboy aspects of it, or um, taking the idea of like Gothic, Victorian era, steampunk, those kind of things as well are things that intrigue me and interest me. Additional hobbies that I have, I'm uh, besides comic books, I like reading just regular books, movies, going out to the movies. I do some projects around the house here. I enjoy working, doing some woodworking when I have an opportunity to do it when I'm not busy with work and doing other things. Um, and when I get a chance to get out on my bike, I like biking as well. But that's about it. And I hope you enjoy this rest. And thank you.